guys, welcome to another episode of The Cat Lady. I'm Andrea, also known as The Cat Lady. That's 2 T's, CATT, which stands for Craft All the Things. My name is Andrea. Did I already say that? Probably. I live in Michigan with my husband, 2 cats, 2 kids. What was that? So, you did hear me right. I said 2 cats. If you're new, we just lost our second cat, so my little logo is the orange cat. Ooh, I just pinched myself. Orange cat and a black cat, and it was Sadie and Devo, and then those are my babies, and Sadie was 20, and she just passed away, I think a few weeks ago. So we knew we wanted to get some kittens at some point, but kind of happened a little sooner than maybe we thought, but we knew that it was a good time. There's not a lot going on this summer. Like, the kids are home all day, I'm home, like we have time. So introducing the newest members of our family. This is Calvin, and this is Hobbs. And coincidentally, they are orange and black, just like Sadie and Devo. He looks pretty much just like a little Devo. This is kind of the opposite of Sadie, and it's a boy, obviously. We did have a hard time not calling, you're snagging me, not calling him a her for a while, but I think we've gotten used to it, and they've kind of learned their names. So Calvin and Hobbs, famous comic strip. It's one of Jim's favorite comic books. Hobbs really is a little tiger, stuffy, that likes to pounce. So our little Hobbs likes to pounce. Calvin likes to pounce too, but they're kittens. We're currently keeping him in the basement for the most part. We've brought him upstairs a few times. The first night they stayed in our bathroom, which was kind of weird, and nobody slept. David slept in the bathtub because he wanted to hang out with them. Emily tried to sleep on the floor, but it didn't go well. So we moved him down here because we have this separate room, and it's been working out pretty well. So we're slowly trying to introduce them to the upstairs. We've let them roam around. They get pretty anxious up there because it's so big. And then at night I like them in here because they're contained, and we have a camera in here, so keep an eye on them. They sometimes like to lay in your lap, but sometimes not. You're gonna lay on my lap. All right. Of course you can't see them, but let's see if I can move the camera down. Nope. There we go. Oh, now you can't see my head, but that's okay. So they like to purr. They're about 11 weeks old, and yeah, we got them from a local shelter. We kind of just went in, I sent in an application on Friday, and they called me on Saturday. I kind of wasn't ready, but I didn't, it said on the website it would take up to a week for them to get back. And then we set up an appointment for 2 weeks from July 13th. So it was another week or 2 away. But then we had people over on Saturday, and then they happened to leave, and the shelter was still open for another hour, and I'm like, oh, let's just see if we can go up there. So we did, and yeah, everybody was totally in love with these 2. They were all fighting over names already before I was even hold on a second, hold on. We didn't have a cat carrier, we had nothing. But here we are, so they are settling in very well. So I'm just hoping that we can keep them out of trouble. Air conditioning's popped on, lots of noises, getting used to all the sounds. But yeah, it's been an interesting couple days, and we just come down here and play with them, and again, let them up when we can, and let them wander around. So we need to cat-proof the house, so that's our plan for the rest of the week, is to work on cat-proofing the house and the rest of the basement so that they can use the litter box down here and then come upstairs when they want. And we're going to keep some of their stuff in this room, so they have a little safe room if they want to come hang out here. So but yeah, that's where we are. It's super exciting, and we're excited to have kitties in the house again. And yeah, the kids have never had like their own pets. So this is a very new experience for them. They like to play in my dress. So this is a new experience for the kids because, you know, by the time they were old enough to play with my cats, they were already old. So this isn't a toy. My dress isn't a toy. My dress isn't a toy. Get out of there. Get out of there. So they are keeping us very busy. So, so welcome to the family, the cat family. Yeah, okay, back to your original scheduled program. So, there you have it. We have some new additions to our family, and it's super exciting. So, but let's get on to where we are with the crafts, and I guess continuing my introduction. You can find me on social media as the Cat Lady, on Instagram, Facebook. I have a Discord server. Everything is linked down below. Everything I talk about will be linked down below. I also use Ravelry to keep up to date with my projects and find patterns, etc. So all my Ravelry projects are typically up to date. Sometimes I'm a little behind. Sometimes things get forgotten. But for the most part, I try to keep everything up on Ravelry. So if you head over to Ravelry and find the Cat Lady, you can see what I've been working on. So I'm working on a test crochet, and this has pretty much consumed me. Because that's what happens when I do tests, because I'm afraid of not getting them done. I'm now under pressure. I have a timeline, blah, blah, blah. So, but I'm also like very curious how this is going to turn out. So last you saw, I was starting on the first color of my 3 skein set. The murder mystery shawl is what I'm calling it. It's called the Disperse Shawl by Carissa Browning. And it's a planned or assigned pooling. That's what it's called. It's not planned pooling, it's assigned pooling. So every time you come to this splotch of color, so here's the skein, here's one in the hank. So every time I come to this little splotch of color, I do a little puff stitch, basically. And so I'm done with the first skein. So this, technically, she has it listed as a 3 skein shawl, or like 3 sizes. So this would be a small. So, you know, if you had like a little shawl pin or something to kind of pin it, this would be like a little kerchief, which actually it's pretty cute. I am going for 3 colors, so I am starting color 2. I've not caked it up yet, so I'm going to cake up 2 and 3, and actually I'm probably going to like do a couple samples of both just to see, because I'm trying to like figure out how I want to work it, because like the colors spread a lot more on this one, and I think even spread a little bit more on this one compared to the first one. So I'm thinking of doing like a couple I'll do a couple of stitches in this like pinky red before I get to the main color, and then I'll end it with a couple stitches in this pinky red, so it'll kind of spread. And then when I get to this one, I'm going to add even more, because like the dark really doesn't start, like there's a bigger chunk for the dark. The dark really doesn't start till here, and there's a lot more dark. So I mean, you're supposed to just make the puff stitch bigger, basically, based on the amount of color. But yeah, so I'm going to attempt to make it like kind of look like it's spreading a little bit. So that's my plan, but I think I'll cake both of these and then make just do a few rows or do a few stitches of each and see what it looks like. So I probably won't show that, because I'll take a picture of it and let you see what it looks like, because once I get going on the second skein, I will just keep going. So, but yeah, this made a pretty decent, I mean, again, this is very small for a small, but you know, if you block it a little bit, maybe if you'd like tied it, I think I could give it a little tie in the back probably, so it'd really be like a kerchief. So, but like I said, I think it's actually kind of cute like that. So, but yeah, so it's going pretty well. But again, this is like my obsession now. And I am super busy with little kitties now. So, I got my hair cut. So other things that are new. Yeah, so that's all I have for today. It is Tuesday. It's also coming up to be the 4th of July on Thursday, so we have an outing plan. Maybe I'll take some snippets of the day, how that goes. I still need to open my machine. I'm really, really hoping to do that today or tomorrow. I really need to get that machine open. So that is my plan. But anyways, I will see you in the next clip. Okay, so I figured I'd take a video just to show off this. So the second color, so this is the first color. Second color is a little darker. It doesn't really need, it's about the same size, honestly. I thought the chunk of fooling was going to be bigger, but it's really not. So it's about the same amount of loops as this. So I really didn't want to like add in the stitches. And like, then here's the big one. It's actually not terribly longer either. It is a little bit on each side. You can see a little bleed. So this is, I can do this where it kind of bleeds a little. So there's another one. So it kind of like bleeds a little. Or I can just make it a slightly bigger poof. So here's all three colors. We got the lighter color here, slightly darker color here, which they are similar, but I think hopefully once you get them all together, it's gonna look a little more obvious. And then here's the darkest color as one big poof. So it's just a little bit bigger, which actually will make them closer together. So it'll be a little more clustery, I think, because I'm using up more yarn here. So then there's less space between the whites. So like compared to, let's see, like this one and this one, I think are in the same row. These ones are a lot closer. So that's what that looks like. So do you have any opinions? I'd love to hear your thoughts because I won't get to the third color for a little bit. Probably not until next week at least. So let me know what you think. If you think I should just do like the bigger poof, or if you kind of like the subtle like bleeding kind of look there. I'm on the fence. I really don't know which one I like better. I think I would like it if this one bled a little bit, but it didn't look right. I tried it, I started it, and it made the puff a little too small, because again, it's the same size as this one. So this is the same size with the little bleed, and then it just ends up being a slightly bigger puff, which is not really noticeably bigger when you contain it. So, but it'll cluster it more, so I might look a little bit more busy. It'll make the shawl a tad shorter, which again, with 3 skeins, it's going to be big, so that doesn't bother me. So let me know. Hey guys, it's the final clip of the week. It's Friday, July 5th, and we're gonna wrap things up. So I definitely shouldn't do test projects anymore. I should not do test projects anymore because I don't get anything else done. Even though the deadline was very respectable, because it's not due until like end of August, I can't stop because it's in my brain that I need to get it done. So I have finished the second skein, and I've not worked on anything else. That's the problem. I have all these other things to work on, but I just can't do it. I can't do it. So I have finished the second skein. So here we are. Let's hold it the right way. This is the Test Crochet Disperse Shawl. So it's getting bigger. Let's see what it looks like. Honestly, still not as big as I want it anyway, so I am glad I'm adding to the third skein because I like it when my tails are long enough to just hang. Obviously it needs to be blocked, so but there we are with 2 skeins. So I think 3 will be perfect. So we have the lighter, and I don't know if it's obvious on camera as much, but it's definitely obvious when I look down at it. We have the lighter color up here, it moves to the darker color, and then we will be shifting into the third darkest color, which then we will kind of probably fiddle with this. Hopefully this will get longer. It'll be like this. This is really cool. I really like this. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it just by working on it, like in public. A few people said it looked like cherries, which is better than my saying it looks like measles. So it would be fun, like someone mentioned, oh, it'd be fun if there was a little green in there. Yes, that would be cool. But it is turning out, the color change is turning out as I can't talk. I like the way the color change is turning out. It is definitely obvious that it's from getting darker. And I think the darkest will be obvious as well. So, but now this video isn't done. I need to start the third skein, and I'm just gonna have to decide what I do. I can't take your guys' advice anymore because I need just to go. By the time this gets posted and people comment, I'm already gonna be starting it. So I think I'm just gonna go with the solid puff at this point because I think it's just gonna look too weird if all of a sudden it starts like bleeding, dispersing, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. If I could have gotten the second set of puffs to kind of migrate a little bit, then that would make more sense, but it's not going to make sense for just the third color to get all messy at the end, I think. So I'm going to start by just making solid puffs and see where it gets. If it gets too hard to make the puffs, then we'll have to like reconsider. So, and then I'm gonna have to block it and go through and like pop them all out. I have to decide which side I want it to be the right side. And then I guess manhandle all the little puffs out, because they do want some, depending on what side you're working on, depends on what side they want to pop out on, and it is kind of obvious. So we need to do that. So, but I'm hoping by this weekend this is done, and then I can move on, get back to my other things. I'm not spending all my episodes showing this off, and then I want to get obviously some pictures taken for the designer and everything. So that is my plan. So I'm gonna just keep plugging along on that. I haven't touched my magic carp hat, so that's next on the list. I haven't touched my lotus skirt, that's also on the list. So many things, all crochet things. I have no knit projects, which I don't know. I just don't know what it is. I did set up my machine. I made a video that I haven't posted yet. She accidentally, like, so some of the parts come with engraving on it, and she didn't put the right engraving on there. So that is coming. So she's sending me a new box of engraved parts. So that I'll have those. And part of that is like the row counter has like engraving on it. You'll see in the video, which of course I feel bad because I'm like, oh, that's wrong. But she was very fast to respond. She's going to send everything to me. I have to send the row counter that I have now back once she sends the new one. So I'm kind of like on hold with the machine. I did crank some waste yarn through it. It is set. If you've used a circular sock machine before, there's different tensions, and a lot of people, there's a whole using the heel spring for everything or not using the heel spring for everything. I think the tension was set without the heel spring. I like personally to have the heel spring on for everything, so I think I need to readjust the tension because I used the heel spring with the waste yarn and it was too tight. It was like really hard, kind of hard to crank. It wasn't terribly hard, but it was tight. Once I took the heel spring off, it was fine. So I think I have to go through and adjust. So maybe I'll work on that. I'll just like work on making a tube. It came with a cone of yarn that I happen to already have the color. So lovely, lovely friend and Andy the knitress, the naughty knitress, is exchanging with me. So she's got a mostly full cone of some yarn and then like a little bit of another color that she's sending me. She's already sent it out. I still need to send mine out. I'm sending her the cone I have because I don't want to. I've already made two pairs. It's literally this color, the one I just made the socks, and this is the second pair of socks in this color. I don't need any more socks this color. Jim doesn't necessarily want pink socks. He'll wear them if I make them, but it's not like his first pick. I could probably make David some. I still have leftovers of this yarn too, so like I could probably make David a pair of socks out of the leftovers that I already have. And that's it. I don't want any more socks out of this color. I mean, sure, I can make other things, but and it's a lovely color. I bought it, but I want some variety. So she is sending me some other colors, and I'm sending her the cone, the full cone that I got. So that is that. Kitty news. Kitties are doing great. They are mostly migrated upstairs. We are still putting them down in the basement at night because they are crazy. They like curtains, which is a problem. They like to jump on. One of them likes to jump on the table, which I feel like we're training. Like we keep putting him down. You know, he's kind of not done it as much. But the curtains and some other random thing, the carpet, some of the row rugs, they like to scratch. I did just trim their nails today, so I got that taken care of. Which Hobbs was fine with the front. Definitely fought me a little bit with the back. I don't think I didn't finish the back at most. Calvin let me do everything. He was still a little finicky with the back, but again, it's going to be like, I just have to keep doing it. Just got to keep doing it. And they're so small right now, so like my cats, I would pretty much like manhandle down and like body slam them, almost not really, but there was a lot more of just like me on top of them trying to trim them, and they were great. They still hated it, but they let me do it, and I can't do that with little kittens. So, you know, I had them in my lap and kind of sitting, did that, and again, it was good. So I want to try to work on brushing their teeth too, because poor Sadie and Devo had a lot of teeth problems as they got older because they got a lot of plaque. So hopefully I can do that right this time. But that's it. Yeah, we're having a lot of fun just keeping them busy. They're keeping us busy. They're very active, and they're just a lot of fun, and they're super cute. So maybe I'll pop in a couple pictures at the end here So that is it. I'll wrap it up. We're just gonna spend the weekend kind of cleaning and continue to get things together and get the cats used to the area and finding things that they get into so that we can prevent them from getting into them, because this, hopefully they can stay upstairs at some point is the plan. That we don't want to start keeping in the basement forever at night. So but now it's like 4th of July and all the fireworks, so I think they did okay last night, so they were in their room. So but yeah, my friend came over yesterday and helped me clean my basement, which was amazing. Like, I like kind of joked, like she mentions she's helped me clean before in a long time ago, like at my old apartment. But I said, oh, I need you to help me clean. And she's like, oh, well, I'll come over. And I kind of was half joking. And she came over, she's like, what are we cleaning? I'm like, well, I need my basement clean. So, I mean, it was a lot of just reorganizing and stuff. So, yeah, she helped me. So that was a huge deal, because that was part of getting the cats out of the room. So they're mostly safe in the basement now. Still prefer to monitor them for the most part, but they tend to go down there and wander around for a bit and come back. So, it's going okay. They've not been allowed in the craft room yet. Calvin, or Hobbs, really likes to like try to bite on my yarn and smell it, and I think he smells that sheepy smell and he likes to try to eat it, so that's bad. Calvin hasn't been too interested, but I'm not ready for them to be in here yet. So and I think that's it. So we're gonna just have a pretty chill weekend. Chill as I can with my children running around like crazy. So I probably should go. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I hope you get to craft all the things.